3 words go out, nothing comes back. And in that gap, a relationship either grows up or starts dying. The freeze isn't rejection, it's a circuit breaker. Here's the damn truth nobody tells you. Silence after I love you is rarely about the words. It's about what the words demand next. Somebody just handed over the keys to something that can hurt them, and the brain's oldest system, the one built to keep you alive, not happy, flags it as a threat before it flags it as a gift. Psychologists call this a stonewalling response, and it's not cruelty, it's a nervous system slamming on the brakes. You felt it yourself, probably from both sides. You said something true and heavy, and instead of an answer, you got a pause you could hang a coat on. Your gut read it as they don't feel the same. Half the time, the real translation is I feel too much, and I don't trust myself to say it right. This is where people torch good relationships without meaning to. The silence gets misread as an answer, so it gets treated like one. With a joke to break the tension, a forget I said it, a retreat to safer ground. And now 2 people have agreed, without ever discussing it, to never bring it up again. That's not peace. That's a landmine with a rug thrown over it. The move isn't to fill the silence for them. It's not to perform confidence you don't have either. It's to sit in the discomfort long enough to ask plainly, where'd you just go? That one sentence does more repair work than 1,000 reassurances because it names the gap instead of pretending it isn't there. Peak intimacy triggers the oldest fear you have. Damn near everyone has done this. Things get good, really good, the kind of good where you catch yourself thinking this might actually be it, and right on schedule, something in you starts looking for the exit. Not because you want out, because closeness this real makes loss suddenly real too. You can't lose something you never let yourself have. This is the fear of vulnerability doing exactly what it's designed to do. Protect you from the worst case scenario by making sure you never fully arrive in the best case one. So the silence after I love you isn't distance from the relationship. It's distance from how much the relationship now has the power to cost you. Here's the part that stings. The people who go quiet in these moments are usually the ones who feel it hardest, not the ones who feel it least. Shoot, that's the whole irony. The bigger the feeling, the bigger the flinch. If you've ever pulled back right when someone finally let you in, you weren't protecting yourself from them. You were protecting yourself from how much you now had to lose. Naming that out loud, even just to yourself, takes the power out of it. Fear you can name is fear you can manage. Fear you can't name runs the whole show from the basement. 2 different alarm systems, ringing at different times. This one's just math. Some people are wired to move toward the anxiety, text back fast, need the reassurance now, treat silence like a 5-alarm fire. Others are wired to move away from it, go quiet, need space to process, treat a fast response like pressure. Neither one is broken. They're running different survival software, both installed a long time before this relationship started. Put those 2 wiring patterns in the same room after an I love you, and you get a rerun of the same fight on autopilot. One person chasing the silence to make it mean something, the other retreating from the chasing to make it stop. The chasing confirms the retreater's fear that closeness equals suffocation. The retreating confirms the chaser's fear that love always disappears the second it's given. Both people leave that exchange more convinced they were right to be scared, and neither one was actually wrong about what they felt, just wrong about what it meant. This is where a lot of good couples quietly become bad statistics. Not because the love wasn't real, because nobody explained the wiring. So both people kept grading the other person on a test they didn't know they were taking. Silence is also where resentment compounds interest. Now here's the ugly cousin nobody wants to talk about. Sometimes the silence after I love you has nothing to do with fear or wiring at all. Sometimes it's unpaid emotional debt. Something got swallowed 3 arguments ago instead of said, and it's been sitting there collecting interest ever since. The I love you lands, and instead of a mirror, it gets met with a version of how do I say that and still mean this? That silence is heavier than the others because it's not protective, it's accumulated. And if it doesn't get addressed directly, it doesn't go away. It just finds a smaller, meaner way out later. a sharp comment about something unrelated, a sudden lack of patience for something that never used to matter. People who swear they don't know why they're irritated are almost always sitting on unspoken debt that came due at exactly the wrong moment. The damn fix here is unglamorous. Say the smaller true thing before it becomes the big silent thing. Nobody wants to bring up something petty in the middle of something tender. But tender is exactly when the real balance sheet shows up, because it's the moment you can least afford to lie about how you feel. If any of that just hit you like a truck, drop it in the comments. I want to know which point landed. And subscribe if you haven't yet, because next time we're going straight into the wiring behind why the good ones sometimes leave first. Here's what I want you to sit with tonight. The last time you went quiet after someone told you the truth about how they felt, were you protecting yourself or were you protecting them from something you hadn't said yet?